What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So as you saw in the last video, we were working on Alex's hard body and stuff, and we were also getting that S13 all stripped. Now, I said we weren't going to mess with the car and mess with the stuff that we were going to be doing while we stripped that car, but kind of changed some plans and kind of just want to get stuff done. With that being said, what we actually got a shell from Colin when we got all the 240 stuff, and basically we were gonna cut this car up, but it's kind of, I don't want to say it's real nice, because don't get me wrong, it's definitely got its issues, and I'll show you in a second, but it's one of them things where the one that we have, which I'm about to show you, is way more savable than the car we got from my buddy Josh. So with that being said, don't judge first glance, but this is what we got.
Hell yeah.
Don't you love it?
Look at them glasses, Alex.
A little Dahmer action.
Yeah.
He fitted up right now. He got the button up going on.
I know. Look at you, all
got the
steezed
little-
out.
the little
You did
mandate
not
thing
come to
there.
work.
You trying to do an old change?
No,
real quick?
he dressed up for Chris is what it was. He knew Chris was here for a little while.
Missed them.
Yeah, you missed him. Yeah, Chris was coming home from Florida. He stopped by pit stops. He actually picked up his motor, the transmission he was getting from us, and the clutch he got from us, and all sorts of stuff. So he picked up his stuff. But like I was saying, this is the car. So it is a 91 S13 hatch, and it's got good bones. It has some dents in the roof, which I'm going to talk to a buddy of mine, see if we can just get them out enough. We're not going for a full-blown restoration, big change, everything's done crazy right and whatever. We're literally looking to put this car back together enough so that maybe either someone wants to buy it as a good shell for a drift car or something along those lines. Because with the roof being a little damaged, it's not a $10,000, $20,000 S13. We do have a title and so on and so forth, but this one is definitely worth saving. So what we're going to do, our little game plan, is get everything out of it, which there isn't a lot left. There's no seats, no carpet, no harness, no nothing. But everything that's loosely in here, we're going to get all this out, get all the leaves and stuff off. Y'all all right? Y'all flirting over there? They flirting over there. But get everything out of it, cleaned up, and then go from there. We have quite a bit from the other car that could get this one damn near a roller. Like I said, we have the rear subframe, which will bolt right in. As you can see, we got brake lines, we got the emergency brake cables, everything. This one doesn't even have a front subframe, so we'll get that put in here. So that'll change it. I think what we're going to do is put the front subframe in, and we're actually going to take the whole steering column that was in the other car and just slap it in this one, because that one made it up to that one easily. It's got a key, which I don't know if we have a key to this one. Plus, this one's like kind of zip tied and whatnot. Maybe we'll save this NRG hub. But we got clutch pedal, brake pedals, everything. So first things first, we need to make room. So we're going to dig through this and get everything out of it so we can kind of see what we're working with. So let's do that. Well, that was pretty fast.
Take too long.
That was faster than stripping the other car.
Yeah.
But we got all the stuff, all the loose parts out of it. Now what we're going to do is sweep all this junk out, vacuum it out, and get it all back down to clean enough. I'm not going to say we're going to sit here and scrub this damn thing. You know what I'm saying? But we'll...
right now.
No. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get all the leaves, all the grime. I mean, it's been with open doors for God knows how long. So we're going to get all of this cleaned up, all the stuff up here cleaned up, and the trunk, which there really isn't much left in here. It's just a little bit of leaves here and there and whatever. And yeah, so I'll set this up probably about here. Yeah, y'all let me know how that angle seems. Yeah, we'll go with that. right, so as you can see, we got some progress. I think what we're going to do is get... Did one of y'all fart? Oh, my God, dude.
Something died in my ass that's coming out.
I could... Yeah, yep.
That's the
Oh.
Oh, I have a cookie. I don't know.
But anyways, since it's stinky and gross over here, what we're going to end up doing is probably just slapping the doors on here, the rear subframe, and the front subframe. Because as you can see, this thing needs to be sprayed out. And while it doesn't have carpet or wiring or anything, and we still got Alex's pressure washer, we're going to clean this thing up. So we'll spray it out, all that kind of stuff, get it all cleaned up. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely some good bones. There are a few things that are like, oh, damn, that sucks. Because I think this had SR20 in it or something, but it was definitely turboed because you could see where the intercooler piping is cut. So we're not 100% sure how far we're going to go, but if we could get this thing to be a solid roller for somebody, potentially put a motor in it, something, I don't know, but it's dumb to just let this thing sit. So we'll get it cleaned up as much as we can. We'll use parts that we have to put in here and get it together and all that kind of stuff and see how far we can go with this, because it would be pretty cool to see this thing back together. So we're going to work on putting the subframes on and then go from there. All right, well, we got the subframe in there. We do got to find the control arm bolts because we actually have some adjustable lower control arms, which is pretty cool. And then we got to get the tension rod brackets on and then a whole bunch of other stuff. But we're making progress, making a plan.
Just admiring how fucking straight as an arrow
Yeah, this thing's not bad. I mean, we literally just tapped all the way down both sides of the frame rails. Like, it's dirty, obviously, because it sat through some rainstorms and stuff. But we had it up off the ground in the back. But this thing is freaking solid all the way back. The only bit of rust that I really found was on this hanger, one of the lines, and that's about it. You got a little bit here on the pinch welds and stuff down there in the fender wells, but nothing super crazy except for right here. I keep saying except, but this rocker right here has a little questionable, not a little questionable, it's pretty bad. But to be honest with you, we're not going for perfection. We're more so going for like, because you could slap side skirts on this thing and never see that. And that's what a lot of people do. And that's probably what we'll do if we come across some good side skirts to slap on here for cheap. But we're going to get this rear subframe put in here. We got to try to find some bolts for the front. And then we're going to slap the doors on there. So, or maybe we'll slap the doors on first, because I kind of don't want a lot of weight on the back half of this car. And then the whole freaking car fall off the lift. You know what I mean? Yeah, we don't want that. So maybe we should slap the doors on there. What do you think? You think we should do doors?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
We should probably do doors. Yeah, let's do the doors.
And then it'll be low enough we'll know if it's going to fall.
Yeah. So, all right, we're going to go grab the doors and slap them things on. All right, guys, so we got the doors on there. That's pretty sick. We're going to get a side mirror for this door here. But I found temporary bolts for the front subframe. And we got some control arms here. Pretty sure they're just some eBay adjustable control arms. But what perfect car to put them on, you know?
Work.
Yeah.
They'll work perfect.
So we'll toss these on there. Our buddy CJ said he might have some front coilovers that we could borrow until we get a set for this car. Because the subframe has rears, we really just need fronts. So, but I mean, honestly, some XP and rod coilovers are pretty cheap. We can just toss them on here and call it a day. But if they work, they work. So we'll figure it out. So we're going to toss these control arms on there. We're mainly trying to work on a lot of stuff on the front because we need some counterweight. We put the doors on there. We put some hood hinges. We got the subframe. We're about to put these control arms on.
Put a hood on.
We're going to put a hood on there just so there's more weight on the front than there is. There's not going to be more than there is on the rear, just because the rear's pretty...
And we'll still put a jack behind the rear bumper.
For sure, so it doesn't fall.
So there's a Titanic.
Exactly. I think we might have a factory front bash bar for this thing.
I think we do.
We could toss that on there, too. So we're chipping away at this. It's only been a couple hours, and we're getting decent headway. So we've actually been stopping to talk and think of more and more ideas, so it's taken longer than probably it could have been. But, I mean... you can't put a price or a time frame on BSing in the shop with your boys.
Nah, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Baby.
So, but all right, let's toss these on there. Well, not paying attention, as you guys probably saw, the whole car decided to tweak over because my dumbass didn't pay attention that I had the front control arms laying down. So I got to lift it back up and then zip tie those up so that could go back the way it's supposed to be. So, yeah, let me do that. Well, guys, I think we're good for the night tonight. We'll pick back up on this tomorrow. But huge shout out to our buddy CJ. He hooked us up with some coilovers to have this as a roller. My buddy Bobby dropped these off. We're going to be trading him some stuff for these knuckles. And we're fighting this one a little bit. For whatever reason, it won't allow me to kick the coilover back out. So we got to figure out what's going on with that. There's probably some weird adjustment I'm overlooking because I'm tired. But all in all, this thing is coming along a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. Literally, not long ago, this thing was a complete shell. I think the issue with these coilovers are it's probably too low for now. I think so what we're going to do is just raise it up so that we can get the bolt in there and do all that. I think we're going to order the 5-lug hubs for this just so that it matches the back. We can put a matching set of wheels on it, so on and so forth, because having 4-lug in the front, 5-lug in the back, super annoying. So all that being said, we're going to work on this a little bit and then probably go home and pick back up on this tomorrow. Well, as you can see, we got the whole thing sprayed down, pressure washed inside and out. All that mud is finally broken loose and cleaned up. So we just got to drain it, get it dried out. Yeah, we got to pull probably some plugs or something. Just get it to drain, you know, no big deal. Just get it drained a little bit. But we're going to let this thing sit wide open, let it dry out and stuff because it's not hurting anything being here at the house. So we'll let that dry. Once it's all dried up, we'll take it back up to the shop and get some more parts put on this thing, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
So,
Get some shit put on this hog.
It's actually Halloween today, so happy Halloween, everybody. And we're going to go take the kids trick-or-treating tonight, so we'll pick back up on this tomorrow, and we're going to get some stuff put on this car. All right, guys, so as you saw, we got this thing all cleaned up. We got to go a little bit further, but I think we're going to sand it down and give it a little quick paint job and stuff like that anyways. So what I want to do now, though, is kind of focus on the rear here, because it's missing taillights. As you can see, we got the center garnish just kind of laying there, and we have no back bumper. But we got the back bumper and the support off of the car we got the other day. So I think what I'm going to do is just take this support off, because instead of trying to break the clips and do... Well, I'm not going to try to break the clips, but you get what I'm saying. So we're just going to put the bumper, the support, everything on there, put some taillights in here, the center garnish, all that kind of stuff, get the whole back end of this pretty much complete, and then work our way in, because we got to figure out whether we are going to try and run these like slider seatbelt things here. I don't think we are. I think I'm going to remove them and just try to find like a harness bar. Maybe we'll put that roll bar in here that we had and kind of fabricate it, just put a piece of pipe in there to actually make it a true harness bar, because before it didn't even have a cross brace for harnesses. So we'll see, because I mean, with this thing, it's not perfect, so we're not going for perfection here. You know what I mean? So we're not going to be doing crazy body work and stuff. And I mean, we're essentially going to be selling this as a good shell for a drift car, something that someone can get in and enjoy it. We still don't know if we're going to put a motor in it yet, but we'll figure all that out as time comes. So as of right now, we're just going to piece it together, make it a decent roller. We haven't found front hubs yet, so unfortunately it's not a roller. Technically it is. I just have 4 wheels on the front, and By that, I mean I have it strapped to a cart. So that being said, still looking for hubs. We might just buy new ones, but we got to sell some stuff before we can buy new ones. I know they're not expensive, but we just gotta make this make sense. We do have a hood that we'll be throwing on there. We got headlight buckets. We got all that stuff. So there's some parts we still need, but with parts that we have multiples of, we'll go ahead, put them on this car, and make this one a lot more whole. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna get this bumper support off, and then get the other one on, taillights, so on and so forth, and you'll see. So let's get that done. Well, news to me, as you guys saw, I only put in one taillight and the centerpiece here. I did get the bumper on, which I didn't think about trying to put the bumper on before we washed it, so we'll just re-wash it and whatnot once we get it all together. But apparently I'm missing a passenger taillight, which kind of sucks, but is what it is, you know. Kind of just doing this on a budget with the parts that we have. So we're going to just put parts on that we already got just so that we can make this thing as whole as possible. So we got that all on, we got the bumper on, and then I do have the little thing for the fuel pump cover, which isn't really a big deal. I think what I'm gonna do next is right here, there's actually the trim piece missing. You can see the dents and stuff are kind of affected there, but really where the trim piece goes is not. So I'm gonna throw these on there real quick. Once I get these on, I could probably put this piece on, get the rubber stripping and all that kind of stuff put in there, and then the glass won't be going straight to the metal and potentially break. So I'm gonna knock that out real quick. All right, guys, well, as you saw, got the trim pieces and all that on there. I went ahead, slapped another side mirror on this car, and we had a hood laying around, so I just laid it on there for now. I'm not gonna go crazy with putting a wiring harness and stuff like that in this car just yet, because like I said earlier, I really don't know what we're gonna do about drivetrain and so on and so forth. But I put the dash bar in there, which, I mean, I just kind of laid it in there for now, just so that I can kind of get an idea of what I want to do. We'll pick a decent dash pad that we have, put it in there. I still want to swap the steering columns out. Need to change the pedals as well and do all of that. So that's probably where I'm going to stop this video for now, just because I don't want to go too gung-ho with this and then end up having to take parts back off just to get other parts back on. Because like I said, there's no harness in this car right now, and maybe we'll slap one in it. Maybe we won't. We're not sure what we're doing. And honestly, let me know down in the comments what you guys even think about this idea that we came up with, literally spur of the moment, and just decided to do it. If you guys hate it, we'll X-nay this, we'll do it on the side, off camera, you don't have to see it again, and we'll get right back to the mini truck stuff. Which is kind of why we decided to do this, because we're kind of waiting on parts for said mini trucks. My buddy Brian and I were talking earlier, and I think next video, we will probably be working on my Ranger, working on the head gaskets, getting the engine bay cleaned up, all that sort of stuff. So either way, we are working on things. We are working on the mini trucks. I actually got the alternator harness put on Alex's truck today. I just honestly didn't even film it because it was just plugging in two things and plugging in the wiring. So is what it is. But like I said, with this, I mean, let me know what you guys think. If you think we should completely scrap this idea and not even show this again because it's another S chassis, because I know a lot of people do S chassis and stuff. And honestly, we're just doing it because we want to slap this car together, sell it. Maybe one of you guys want to buy a seat time car or something like that. I don't really know, whatever. But let me know down in the comments below, because I'll totally get rid of this idea and just do it on the side completely off camera, and you guys will never see it again if you want. But if you want to see the progress of a budget built 240, by all means, let me know. So with all that being said, guys, I appreciate you watching. I know the video is probably a little bit short, but it is what it is. This is what I got. This is what I'm doing. This is what you're going to see. So if you can like, comment, subscribe, be sick. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.